I thought I was finally safe. So for context, I'm not dramatic for no reason. I don't exaggerate for attention. But what I'm about to tell you still doesn't feel real. A year ago, I was at the lowest point of my life. Mentally, emotionally, financially. I had just moved to a new city where I barely knew anyone, and I was trying to start over completely. That's when I met them. At first, they were everything I thought I needed. Supportive, calm, always checking in. They listened when I talked. They remembered small details. They made me feel seen when I hadn't felt that way in a long time. And honestly, I trusted them way too fast. Because when someone shows up right when you're vulnerable, you don't think, this could go wrong. You think, finally, someone good. But looking back now, there were signs, subtle ones, things I brushed off because I didn't want to be alone again. And the worst part? The thing that would completely change everything had already started happening behind my back. Part 2, because it gets so much worse. The first red flag I ignored. So this is where I should have listened to my gut. They started asking questions that felt off, not obvious. Just small things, like, who do you talk to the most? Do you tell people personal stuff? Who do you trust the most right now? At the time, I thought they were just trying to understand me. I mean, isn't that normal? But then they'd make little comments like, I don't think they really have your best interest at heart. Or, you're too nice. People take advantage of that. And slowly, without me realizing it, I started pulling away from people who actually cared about me. They never told me to cut anyone off directly. They didn't have to. They just planted the idea. And by the time I noticed I was isolated, they were the only one left. That's when things started getting intense. Because the moment they knew I depended on them, they changed. They weren't who I thought they were. The switch didn't happen all at once. It never does. They became more controlling, more opinionated, more comfortable crossing boundaries. If I didn't reply fast enough, it was a problem. If I wanted space, I was being distant. If I questioned something, I was overreacting. And then one day, I found something I was never supposed to see. A message. Not meant for me. It was them talking about me to someone else. Laughing, twisting my words, sharing things I told them in confidence. Personal things. Things I trusted them with. I remember staring at my phone, shaking, trying to convince myself I misunderstood. But I didn't. And when I confronted them, they didn't apologize. They blamed me. Part 3, because the fallout was brutal. Storytime. They tried to ruin my reputation. After I confronted them, everything spiraled. Suddenly, people started acting different toward me. Distant, cold, awkward. I found out through someone else that they had been telling people lies about me. That I was unstable. That I was manipulative. That I was obsessed with them. Things that couldn't be further from the truth. And the scariest part? Some people believed it. Because they were calm. Convincing. And I was already quiet and overwhelmed. I felt like I was watching my life fall apart while someone else controlled the narrative. I stopped sleeping. I stopped eating. I started questioning my own memories. And that's when I realized this wasn't just a bad friendship. This was emotional manipulation. Conclusion. As in, what I learned from all of this. I walked away. Not dramatically. Not loudly. Just quietly. I blocked them everywhere. I started rebuilding relationships I thought I lost. I went to therapy. I learned boundaries. And slowly, I got myself back. I'm telling this story not for sympathy, but because someone watching this might be in the same situation and doesn't even realize it yet. If someone isolates you, controls the narrative, makes you doubt yourself, and never takes accountability, that's not love. That's not friendship. That's not safe. Trust your gut, even when your heart wants to ignore it. Because I wish I had.